Welcome to Kumbasoft and DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about managing appliances. And if you haven't watched the Getting Started video and try to get up and running with DPAA, you want to watch that video first because this one picks up where that other one left off. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition. I know some visual details in DPAA may have changed since this video was created. The functionality is going to be the same. The save we're picking up where we left off for the Getting Started video. We had set up a single appliances and we are really ready to go with that one appliance, but typically you have more than one. And so to get the Manage Appliances window back up, you click on this little button above the Appliances list here. And this allows you to get the appliance window back up. Now at this point, we can go in and we create other appliances, quite a number of fields here to pay attention to. So to add another appliance, we just select this button here, and then we can type the information in related to that appliance. See if you can get this any arbitrary thing you want to. It has nothing to do with the appliance. We'll worry about categories at a moment. And then again, we can now do something like this by setting our XML management host. You can put an IP address in here as well. Then you have your port, you have your credentials, and you put in your credentials needed. Whoops, too fast. And the SSH management host does not have to be the same as the XML management host. So you type that in or put it in a different IP, whatever that interface may be listening on. And then again, you may have to set different user credentials here as well. It's not like required to be different, but you may have different user credentials for accessing the SSH management port. So right now, this is showing connecting. You can't coerce this ended connection. To test the connection, you simply click this button. But before I do, I'm going to add some other appliances. And in many cases, most of your appliance information may be very similar, if not identical, like the ports and maybe even the credentials or whatever. And a quick way to add another appliance is to simply select the copy button, especially when most everything is going to be the same. So I can select the copy button, and now I can go about changing just what needs to be changed. So this one could be, say, another appliance host name, everything else being the same except for this host name, of course. And then I'm ready to go. I got this appliance set up, and to set up yet another, I can just copy that appliance and just make more minor changes to this one. So this one's even closer to the other one than the other one was before, so I can just make those changes here. And now I'm set. So the next thing that we might want to be able to do is define categories. So in the process of defining categories, I can just type a category in here. Okay. Or I can select the appliances I have, or as many as I want. And but suppose I want to set these all as virtual. So I can set the appliance by categories for the appliances by selecting this button. Then when I select yes, you see that category was set on both of those appliances. So then I go about the next step is I can select, let's say I want to add something to this one. I can type this in here, and I can, let's say we want to designate it as Utah and prod. Kind of like with the other one, I can add the category, and if I select set, it's going to replace this. That if I add, it's going to add then into that one. Likewise, I can say maybe I want to designate these two as development appliances, and I can add that to these two and add them here. Now I'm ready to go, and I can go about the process of testing the connection here by selecting this button and testing the connection. You can see it's going about testing that. And eventually you'll see these checkboxes show up. This means that my connection credentials for these appliances that I have selected is accurate. Now, from time to time, you may have to change your credentials, and you may have to change them en masse, especially if you've got the common situation where you have to rotate your password from time to time. So one way of doing that is I can go in here and I can select however many appliances are being affected, and I can type in my new username, and I can type in my new password, and I can say, well, it's just the XML management interface that I have to change. I don't have to change the SSH management, so I can set that here, and if you'll see, that just set this one, it didn't set anything else. And likewise, I can select, say, these two appliances, and I can do just the SSH. I can set those. And of course, for all of them, just to show you that it can be done, I can set both. And let's just change this to something that's going to be obvious. Godzilla is coming now. I'm very happy about that. So now we have that username that I can set them all. And as you can see, I set them all everywhere in both the SSH and the XML management. Now, of course, this isn't going to work. So I mean to set them back, but I'm just trying to let you know that you can set them all at one time. And that way, it saves use of effort in getting all of that set without having to do it against 20, 30, 40 appliances or however many you might have to worry about. Now, notice that nothing has changed over here, and everything I've done in this window is unique to this window right now until I hit save. If I were to just go close this window, I would lose everything I've done, except for this, of course. This would stay here. So the information here is not yet committed to DPAA, so you don't, if you make a mistake, you can just close the window down. But I'm going to go ahead and hit the save button here, and you can see it added all of that information over into here, and it's ready to go. Now, don't worry about everything turning red yet. I'll explain that in a moment, but now I can close the window now that everything is saved. Now, the credential stack and the connection stack within the Manage Appliances window is different than the one out here. So what happened is when I saved all of that, DPAA went out and it's rechecking the connections that were set for these appliances because even though it knows it came from the Manage Appliances window, that stack loses that connection state and it has to reestablish it, which is why you saw them red temporarily, which means it wasn't connected to it and it was recreating the connections to those appliances. So that's how you add more appliances, and you can see, we'll describe the rest of this in a later video, but for now, that's how you manage your appliances. So if you have any comments or questions or need a license, go out to www.kumbasoft.com. Go to Contact Us page, put in your information, and so from Kumbasoft and DPAA. You can also watch other tutorials and videos within the website and learn any other information about the product and the company. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.